How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. Silverwolf and patch 1.1 is approaching super fast, so there's going to be a ton of tips and tricks that's going to allow you to avoid mistakes this week. This is going to be the weekly guide for week 7, and let's go ahead and dive right in. First up, we have Silverwolf and the upgrade materials. The first thing you're going to want to do if you plan to pull for this character is make sure that you have the materials required to upgrade Silverwolf ahead of time, in advance, so that you don't pull this brand new character and you're stuck at level 1 and you're like, oh no, I need to use all my vitality for this character and I just don't have it. So let's go ahead and talk about that. The first thing you're going to need is Void Cast Iron. This is going to be the Ascension material for Quantum characters, and this is going to allow you to get her into the higher levels. The second thing you're going to need is going to be the materials required for Nihility characters, since she is a Nihility character. So you're going to want to go ahead and visit that trace domain and figure out and plan your resources so that you have enough to unlock the trace talents that matter the most on her, so that she will be usable and playable as soon as you get her, and you're not going to have to spend days farming these materials. So if you don't have these now, go ahead and start investing in them. And the third material that you're going to want to keep your eye on that's going to be very important is going to be the Destroyer's Final Road. This is a weekly material coming from the Echo of War bosses, so make sure that if you do not have these right now, you know exactly which Echo of War boss you're going to do this week. But I will add in a small little notice here. There is a little trick to get a little bit of min-max this week with the Echo of War. We'll talk about that later in the video, so just make sure to be on the lookout for that. So now that we have that covered, let's talk about patch 1.1. We are getting a new story mode, new quests, new light cones, new characters, new everything pretty much, events and all kinds of stuff. There's even like double XP for Calyx, double XP for simulated universe rewards. So there's going to be a lot of cool things that we can stock up and prepare for, and we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. So since we have all these coming in, it's going to give us a lot of experience. We are likely to see Trailblaze level 60 this week for free-to-play players. If you are someone who has been spending on refreshes, you're probably level 60 already. But for those of us who have not been doing that and have just been relying on the XP that we get every day and the Trailblaze fuel, you're probably somewhere in the Trailblaze level 55 to 57 range this week. That's depending on how much fuel you have used already. And this is going to be very, very important because when we hit that new tier, we're going to unlock a lot of valuable things, including extra rewards from the Echo of War. So make sure that you are calculating that if it is possible for you to hit level 60 this week, go ahead and save your Echo of War. That's going to be very important. You do not want to use that Echo of War if you are not already in the highest tier possible by the end of the week. So just keep an important note on that. So since we are approaching that XP range very quickly, don't worry, you're going to get the daily XP, but in addition, you're getting the XP from the new story, the new quests, and all that stuff coming with patch 1.1, so you most likely will be hitting that tier threshold. So with the XP out of the way, let's talk about the meta. The meta is going to shift, actually, now that we have Silverwolf coming into the game, and since we previously have 2 5-star banner characters, Seele and Jing, people's rosters are starting to expand. They're starting to get bigger, and you're going to start dropping off 4-star units and replacing them with some of the better characters that are coming up in the future. And Silverwolf is going to be one of those characters because her ability allows you to hack the enemy's weakness and make it to a type that matches your team. This is very important because all of the endgame progression is locked behind Forgotten Halls, and a lot of those fights are like, oh yeah, you need to have a lot of these lightning characters or a lot of these ice characters. So if you don't have all those characters to put in, then it can be trouble, especially if you don't have some of the 5-star banner characters in the regular banner like Japard and Bailu and Himiko and all this. You're going to be relying on these little awkward like 4-star characters, and it can be troublesome for you, but Silverwolf is pretty much going to fix a lot of that. You're going to be able to break weaknesses that you normally wouldn't have, so this is going to shift the meta. So if we start counting characters that you're most likely going to have in your team, with Seele and Jing. That's going to be 2 guaranteed slots right there. You also need at least 1 sort of support on every team, so that's another 2 slots. So you have 4 characters to pick from at that point. And if you're like me, by now you've probably invested in a few characters. And with Silverwolf coming into the roster, you're going to have to remove one of those characters and add her in. And then we also have Luocha down the line, which is coming with 1.1 we know as well. So you can see that your roster is going to have more options now. So all of a sudden, you're not going to be using the best things that you have. You're going to be using, well, which one is better for this situation? So I would start taking a look at these characters and which ones you plan to drop off, especially some of the 4-star hunt units or damage dealer units, because those are probably going to be the first to go in favor for 5-star characters like Silverwolf and others down the line. So now that we got the meta out of the way, let's talk about spending Trailblaze power. So currently I have been spending a little bit of Trailblaze power on relics, artifacts, whatever you want to call them. I've been looking at specifically World 3 to spend my resources because there is a few good sets here. Apparently this set, this HP set, actually stacks, so you can have this on like every character on your roster and they will all gain bonuses across the roster. So I'm looking at this set a lot higher position than I would have before, knowing that knowledge. And there's a couple of other good things that are coming in too, especially when you're trying to start to fish out these pieces. So I've been looking for quantum pieces right now. So I've been looking for like the Cavern of Corrosion because I haven't really seen much good gear coming from quantum, but I need it because I need it for Seele. I need it for Silverwolf that's coming up. So you might want to start preparing and looking and spending some of your resources towards that. And keep in mind that when you hit Trailblaze 60, everything is going to get better, right? You're going to get more relics from your Trailblaze power expenditure. You're also going to get more materials and all that stuff. So what I have done in the past is as soon as I hit the new tier, then I started getting some of these like upgrade materials because this jump from the Stagnant Shadow has been very significant in the past. You're going to get a lot more materials every time you spend your resources here. So I always wait to upgrade that. If you want to pre-plan ahead and get like one of your main or maybe 2 of your main characters up there, that can definitely be a good thing to do, but it's going to vary based on your account. And of course, with the new upgrade to level 60 Trailblaze, we're going to have a lot of talent materials, and these things are getting ridiculously expensive. Not only are they requiring a lot of these purple materials, they're also requiring things like Tracks of Destiny just to upgrade past 8, as well as the weekly materials like Destroyer's Road and all that good stuff, so make sure you pay attention to that. And that Forgotten Hall this week, again, just a quick reminder, if you're going to hit level 60, do not do this Echo of War, right? Do not do this. Go ahead and wait. Get those better rewards later on in the week. So this is going to be some very important things. Now we have some announcements coming up that you're going to want to know because some things are going away that were there. We'll go ahead and take a look over here. The Boulder Town Super League event is going away in 17 hours. So that's going to be very, very quickly. So make sure you have wrapped this up and got all of your rewards and goodies, especially this Track of Destiny. This is going to be very important as these will be very, very limited. And on top of that, Jing banner is of course going to be going away in a day and being replaced by Silverwolf. So if you do not have Jing yet, go ahead and make your last attempts to pull for him, as well as the weapon banner, the Before Dawn light cone, so these are going to be super, super important. Then we have some weekly things that have reset, and first up on our list is going to be the Simulated Universe. You can go ahead and take a look over here. You're going to be able to get new rewards, and since we didn't reach level 60, there's going to be no cap increase, so we're going to be stuck at that 10k cap, but that will change later on starting next week, where we'll see some extra rewards. So you're going to get some more Herda bonds as well as pools, and also the Immersifier tokens. And I wanted to talk about this specifically because there may be some events coming up in the future. So if you have 0 Immersifier tokens right now, you might want to save a little bit if we do happen to hit one of those double Immersifier events or Simulated Universe events into the future. Maybe you could just use your tokens for then and bank it into there and get a bunch of vitality on one day. That's just my thoughts. I'm just I'm just thinking out loud here, so that's what I plan to do. So if you want to save them, don't worry, it's not going to be anytime soon, so you don't have to save it right now if you don't want to, especially if you need these tokens to be spent to hit level 60, which you likely will. But just keep that in mind for the future. By the time that event comes out, which I think it was something like the 20th or something of the month, you may want to be on the lookout for that and keeping and stocking those up. So in addition to that, we also just wanted to kind of talk about like the pacing for Honkai Star Rail. I've been having a lot of fun with this. I think that this is a great timed patch. So this is going to give me a lot to do, and that's going to be really super exciting because I'm definitely looking forward to more content in this game. In addition to this game, I have also been playing a lot of Diablo 4. I took a little bit of a break over the weekend to enjoy some time with my friends on that, so I will probably get back into streaming that game on Twitch a little bit here, more probably like Tuesday or so. I'm gonna chill today on Monday, as well as streams for Honkai. And then also we have Blue Protocol on the horizon, which is coming up with the pre-download on June 7th, the same day as the Honkai Star Rail patch. So we're gonna go ahead and pre-down that late game. I'm probably gonna have a video out to show you how to get the JP version and all that good stuff. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. And then on the 14th of June, we will be playing Blue Protocol, which I am super excited about. I'm very happy to get into an MMORPG. That is my domain, my territory, and I'm looking to see what all Bandai Namco has to offer in this beautiful looking game. All right, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks for your time and watching the video. If you enjoyed any of this content or found it helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell button, because that will help me out quite a lot on the channel, and you'll be able to get notified of any future content and videos that I put out as soon as I put them out, and especially going to be important for guides in Honkai Star Rail because a lot of that stuff is time sensitive. So once again, thanks for your time and watching the video, and we will see you in the next one.